In this video, we will be learning very essential adjustments of Camera Raw, where we will learn to color grade our images in Camera Raw just by using very few adjustments. Hey there, this is Akshay from Pixel Media, and without a further ado, let's get started. Let's start by duplicating the background layer. Now we will convert it into Smart Object. For that, right click on the layer and select Convert for Smart Object. Or else you can create a smart object by selecting filter and convert for smart filters. Okay, it will do the same job. Smart object will keep your workflow non-destructive and you can easily make changes at any point. Now we go to the filter, Camera Raw filter. This is the workspace of Camera Raw. Select this option with 2 arrow to enter the full screen mode. First, we will quickly review the automatic process which is available in Camera Raw, so you can save tons of your time, and then we will move manually editing the adjustment. Here you see an auto option. It does a pretty good job most of the time, but it only adjusts basic adjustment. You also get a black and white button that convert image into monochrome. Next, here you get a profile option where you can select color or monochrome profile. Click on this browse profile option where you can access a variety of inbuilt presets. You can try and find out which one works best for you. And with this slider, you can adjust the intensity of these profiles. Often, this is quite helpful for saving time. Now, we will head towards manual control. Here in basics, we get temperature and tint slider. It is for setting white balance. Sometimes, images shot in bad lighting condition can create unnecessary color tones, so you can neutralize with color balance. Simple method to set color balance is select the eyedropper and click on the white area in the image, and it will neutralize it. Now, let's set the exposure. Make sure your histogram is in the middle, not to extreme left or not to extreme right. For highlights, taking it to right will hide those details, and taking to left will bring details in highlights. With shadows, you can bring up details by taking it right and hide details by taking it to left. White slider affects the overall bright areas. You can hold Alt key and drag the slider. As soon as you see these color spots, stop right there, because after that point, there will be no details in that particular area and it will start clipping whites. You can also hold Alt for black slider and make sure that slider is not clipping any details while you take down the blacks. You can also lighten up the blacks by taking the slider towards right. You can also set clarity. It makes image pop, but keep it low. If you go very high, it doesn't look great. And setting clarity low will smoothen the image. Texture is same as clarity, yet it is less strong than clarity. Taking down the dehaze slider will take away all the contrast, and increasing it will add nice contrast, yet it will oversaturate the image, so be cautious. Make sure to keep all these three sliders very subtle. Vibrance makes color pop out in the image. The main difference between vibrance and saturation is that vibrance affects in controlled manner and saturation just overall increases the intensity of color. Next, we will move to color mixer. Here you can specifically adjust hue, saturation and luminance of a specific color. Either you can select HSL or color, both work same. Use what is convenient to you. Let's try adjusting blues in sky. Hue is basically color, so select a color you like. Saturation is intensity of color. It will decide how less or more intense the color will be. And luminance will decide the brightness and darkness of color. Now let's play with some yellows. Let's saturate them. Orange color mostly affects skin tones, so you can adjust accordingly. Let's adjust some reds too. That looks great. Let's now move to split toning. Here you can set a color for highlights and shadows and adjust the saturation. Here's a small trick for you. Hold the Alt key and move the hue slider. You will get preview of what color will look better on image. This preview is at 100% saturation, but if you like a color, release the Alt key and set the saturation. Same with shadows. Hold the Alt key and select a hue, and then adjust saturation. Now, balance slider is actually which color you like to add more. If it is in the middle, both are added equally. Taking it left will add more shadow color, and taking it right will give more preference to highlight color. You can go into effects and set vignette for making the subject pop. Midpoint will control the vignette towards center. Roundness will make vignette edges round. Feathering softens the vignette. And highlight slider will take away vignette from highlights. Let's do some sharpening. Zoom in quite a bit. And hold Alt key and move the slider to see the image in 50% gray, so you can easily see sharpness applied. Radius is basically defines the thickness of the edges. Details enhances the textures. Masking hides the sharpening where the mask is black. If you take 100%, it will apply sharpening to edges only. So keep it around 50-60% to get balanced sharpness. Once you finished color grading, hit OK. Later, at any point if you want to make changes, double click on the camera raw filter. Since it is a smart object, all the changes we made earlier will be saved. And then we can make necessary changes if required, and once done, hit OK to save the changes. Also, there is another trick with Smart Object. Here you can see a small icon, double click on it and a dialog box will appear. You can select the opacity and it will only change the opacity of the smart filter you have applied. You can also change the blend mode of smart filters. Hit OK and it will get updated. Isn't it cool? So that's it for today. I hope you learned something valuable, and if you did, I would love to share more content with you. So make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to get quick notifications. Thank you for watching.